Hi everyone, it's Promise Oderaonu. It's been a long break. Sorry I didn't warn you. Been to Nigeria, I'm back. So I'll try and keep up with these videos as usual, advising the government, speaking to issues. And please bear with me if I don't come up as more or post videos as frequent as I used to. This year I've tagged it hustle year. I have to hustle, man, because there are things to be done. And since I got back 2 weeks ago, England, there's no break from bills. Even if you go on holiday, they don't care. Your bills don't go on holiday. So since I got back, I had to try to get back to my routine, settle in and all of that. Now, I want to speak to my experience in Nigeria. So I go to Nigeria every year, and in going to Nigeria every year, so when I go to Nigeria, I try to look at, how things are going, see if we're making improvements, or if we are retrogressing. And I must say, in this particular trip, I don't have anything negative to say about Nigeria, so to speak, in my own experience. And the reason being that I genuinely think that we're making progress. I think the government is trying, or at least their body language, I think they are trying. Of course, there is always room for improvement, but generally speaking, well, I had a new car, so I didn't have, not new car, but, I brought back my car from the UK, so I converted it. So this time I didn't have to go through my mechanic troubles, which is one of the frustrating things that we had to go through. But people close to me had car troubles, and that really, it messes us up, because we have roughly 2 weeks, at most a month to spend in Nigeria. And for your holiday, if you keep calling one mechanic to the other, it really frustrates you, But this time I'm lucky enough, I had a car that, served me for the 2 weeks. I don't know if that's going to be the same case next time, but hey ho, I think from experience now, most of us that come back, once your car is more than 1 or 2 years old, wahala don't start. Once Nigerian mechanics start touching it, I don't know why cars spoil so easily in Nigeria. It's a phenomenon that I don't understand. Because here we don't have to worry about car. We just get in and start it. When it's time for MOT once a year, you take it to the garage. Now, another thing that was good was the road network, right? The quality of the roads. So I noticed that, of course, I spend most of my time in the east. I noticed that in the east the roads are better. So from Enugu to Onitsha on the express, although the both lanes are not complete, but what they've managed to do is to sort of do it in alternating sections. So if this side is done properly, this side is still not done, but at least for the full stretch, you get to a point you have to go to the other side, and then it will be done. To another point, you have to switch back to this lane. So in some cases the 2 lanes will be done, in some cases at least one part of the lane will be done. So at least for the stretch of Enugu to Onitsha, you could actually go on good roads, on good, the road is good to a point. And even if you want to ply the old road, you can still ply the old road, a few potholes here and there, and of course with the heavy presence of security forces on the roads, nothing dramatic. They're so nice, they're so kind. Sometimes you give them tips and you continue your journey. So that was my experience. In fact, at some point I had to travel from Asaba, which is Delta State, to Ebonyi State, which is 4 states. You have to pass from Asaba Delta State. Sorry, you have to go from Asaba Delta State to Anambra State, Onitsha Anambra State, to all the way to Oka. Then you enter Enugu, and then go from Enugu to Ebonyi State, Abakaliki. And I did that within 3 hours. That's to show you, how good the roads are. Good, of course, there are potholes and places that are bad. They slow down and maneuver, those areas. But generally speaking, it's an improvement, we must say. And bear in mind, this is dry season, so Raining season, things will get worse again if there is no maintenance, you know. But I noticed that in Ebony State, in Abakaliki, all the so-called concrete roads that Dave Umahi did, they are gone bad. They are gone bad. So all those praises we are heaping on Dave Umahi, that he's an engineer, he built concrete roads, howbeit with his own personal company, all those roads are going bad. All those bridge flyovers that he built, that in the night there is a lot of light and it's all nice. Although Winfrey is doing something, the president governor of Ebony State is trying. There is maintenance on the road, and they are trying to expand that Ebony State road, that Abakaliki road, because apparently that road leads to Ikon. Is it Ikon or Itun, somewhere in Calabar, that roads go to, and even to Cameroon. So that's a major federal road. So I think that the construction, not I think, I saw that the construction going on that Abakaliki road, but I hope they don't do the same quality of so-called concrete roads that they did before, because I don't see the importance of it. The state of the road now, there's a lot of damages here and there. So that said, the roads are better off. Security-wise, there's still a lot of fear. A lot of people stay with fear, and everywhere I go, everywhere people go, they warn you to be careful. The kidnapping is without discrimination. I heard so many stories, so many videos, people sharing their encounter. They don't care whether you have money, you don't have money, they just kidnap you. It's not a big business. It's very bad. It's very rampant in the East right now. So that one is there. Now, I also had another issue where somebody was paid to transfer my car when it came to Nigeria and was converted to take it from Lagos to Onitsha, and the guy eloped with the car. Something that's supposed to take a day took 4 days. But then in Nigeria now, you could track people's numbers, which I think, again, is what we've been talking about since we have NIN, we have VBA, and all those things. You should be able to track. So now it is actually possible to track. So we tracked the guy, and we found out that he was still in Lagos, and eventually he delivered the car. So that's also good on the aspect of security, that now with just phone numbers you can track somebody, unless they've switched off their phone, and you can also track their last location. So that's commendable. Then what else can I speak to? I think generally speaking, even when I got to Lagos, I went to VI, which is island. My first time going to the island. So every time I want to go to the island, they will tell me, oh, there is a lot of traffic. You're going to get stuck in traffic for hours. But I went on the island this year for the first time. Went to VI, went to a few other places, Marina, whatever. And I never was stuck in traffic. And I think I went on 2 occasions or 2 days, 2 different days. I went on the island. So that Third Meridian Bridge or Mainland Bridge or whatever they call it is free, and it's, I think, so the repairs that they did was actually helpful. And I noticed also in Lagos, there's a lot of work that have been done in Lagos. So generally speaking, I wasn't stuck in any traffic. For the 3 or 4 days I stayed in Lagos, I wasn't stuck in any traffic. Most of the roads are done. In fact, I came by a road to Lagos from Asaba, and it took me 6 hours. So the bus left GUO, Airbus, what do you call it? Air conditioned bus, Sienna. It takes only 5 people, but it's very convenient. And it took only 6 hours. Left 6 o'clock in the morning. By 12, we're in Lagos. The only place that you see bad road is that Bini interchange and Ogun State mainly. That's where you have, bad. And I think Ogun State should do better. I mean, their roads are bad. Ogun State, I don't know what the governor is doing, but his road performance is bad. He's not building roads. Although those are federal roads anyway, but yeah, those are the areas that we had bad roads. But we still managed to sort of get away from the traffic and get to Lagos by 12:01. So that's good. Sanwo-Olu is trying. I really appreciate that. In Lagos now, you can see the rail bridge. I think it's Blue Line that goes from mainland to the island. You could actually see it, like it's a bridge. I even posted it. If you go to my highlights, you will see where I posted it, Nigeria. You will see the rail bridge. So it's for me, someone that works in the railway in the UK, I felt good, because that's similar to DLR. Because DLR, if you go to Canning Town area, you will see the DLR. It's on the rail bridge, and it goes all the way to Woolwich Arsenal. Although, because it's UK now, they are very advanced in technology. So even the DLR goes into the water. It goes to the River Thames, and goes to the end of the terminal in Woolwich, under the bridge, like under the water. That's where the DLR goes. So I think we need to see more of these infrastructures. We need to see more of them. We need to see more railways in Nigeria, and this is what I want to speak to. I want to encourage the president. In fact, I even this morning listened to Shane and the Minister of Education. He said that the curriculum for primary schools, or the UB, are going to start implementing to be implemented this school year. So I appreciate that we are making movement. Nigeria is a developing nation, and I pray that we keep going on this trajectory and still keep getting better. In terms of my flights are good. The airports are good. I use the new airport in Lagos. It's good. I used Airpeace flying from UK to Nigeria. Airpeace TV. I don't know what do you call it. Entertainment screen. Some of them are just, or the screens are just not functioning properly. On the return flight, although it was a night flight, so we are almost sleepy all the way, but some of them seem to work a bit. But they'll give you food, and it feels good to come to Gatwick and see an airline going straight to Nigeria instead of going from one country to the other before you get to your country. It's actually a good feeling to know that a Nigerian airline is actually in the UK. You could check in and just land in your country. So it's good. So we are getting there. We are getting there. It's an encouragement to our officials, and of course, the advice I then want to give is, I think the major difference between Nigeria and, say, for example, the UK. Let me use the UK as one of the Western countries or developed countries. The major difference is that a lot of things that the government does for us, right? We're not better than those guys in Nigeria. Let's say, for example, my friends who are working and living in Nigeria, we're not better than them. They have savings. We struggle to have savings because of bills we are paying here, right? Even though we are earning much more money, we can't keep it because of the bills. But the only major difference is because of what the government does for us, right? So the UK is a rich country. Nigeria is a poor country. Poor country in the sense that a lot of things that you have in Nigeria, you have to provide for yourself. You have to provide solar for you to have light. You have to provide your own water. You have to drill a borehole. You have to provide your own security. Almost everybody now in the East goes with convoy of police, and you have to pay for them. So, you have to provide your. So, if you go to school, although I can say that in the Southeast, I think almost all the states, maybe Imo State, I'm not sure about Imo State, but almost all the 5 eastern states or the 4 eastern states, apart from Imo State, have free education. So I think they are good. It's a welcome development. So these are things the government does for us that are in the UK. For example, if you want to go anywhere in your locality, say for example you're in London, you can buy a travel card, and it gives you a maximum amount of money you can pay, and you can enter as many bus and train you want to, depending on the zones you want to. You can get a zone 1 to 5, or you can just get a day travel card or a day bus pass. If you want to enter 1 million bus in London, it's up to you. In Lagos, we don't have that. I had to spend nearly 50k on Uber and Bolt, just ferrying myself from one place to the other, one office to the other in the island and stuff. So these are the things we need to improve on, right? We need to bring. I saw the BRT buses, the BRT lanes are still functioning, but the condition of the buses are getting. These are things done by Fashola now. It's been many years. We need to bring in newer buses, and we need to extend the rail infrastructure to across the whole country, because transportation is one of the very key things that people or governments make. I've done a topic on transportation before, and I think we should go back to it. And I think the government should spend more on all these capital projects to make the lives, so that if somebody wants to use as many buses or trains in a day, they just pay a particular amount of money and they can, go anywhere they want to. Thank you.